Well, are you drinking some tea this morning? How about a scone with that? In today's Fox Food Bite, we're going to be making homemade scones. I'm so excited about this because we all know that scones go quite lovely with a spot of tea. Wouldn't you agree?
Most certainly, of course.
So, of course, we have Chef Bennett here with Classic Cake. Very good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I love scones, but I never thought that I'd be able to make them on my own.
Oh, this is so simple. In fact, after we're done with this recipe, you're going to be amazed. This recipe makes 8 good-sized scones, and for a fraction of the cost of one scone that you buy anywhere else in the bakeries.
Well, sign me up. Let's get started.
Well, it's very
so what
simple.
do you have here?
Here I have all-purpose flour. I'm adding the baking powder, baking soda, and the salt.
Okay.
The baking soda reacts with the acid of the yogurt that we're going to be adding.
Now, what kind of yogurt are you going to be adding?
You can add whatever you want. This is a vanilla yogurt.
Okay.
You can add flavored yogurt. You can just do neutral, unsweetened yogurt.
Now, for the healthy folks out there, will Greek yogurt work with this or probably not?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, absolutely. So, for the sake of time, this is called cutting in the butter. This is also called biscuit method.
Okay.
So this is called a pastry blender. It's a must in any kitchen.
Really?
So you cut
pastry blender.
You can also incorporate the butter using your food processor, just a pulsing motion.
Okay.
Until you get, just for the sake of time, you get this.
Ooh, you work fast.
See, nice and crumbly.
Lovely.
Now,
but that's important to make sure that it's crumbly.
It is,
okay.
because it spreads the tenderness.
Okay,
so
makes sense.
I'm going to add egg.
1 egg.
A little quarter teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Okay.
And the good stuff, the yogurt.
There's the yogurt. So just vanilla yogurt.
Yep, that is.
And doesn't matter. You can do it any kind of variation then. Greek, fat-free. Okay.
You can. It's just so it's yogurt because you need that acid to react with the baking soda.
Okay.
That helps make them lighter. So you just work it.
And then work it back to where it's still crumbly, or what are we going for
here?
We
are going to try to get a homogeneous dough.
Okay.
And it's going to be coming up just about now. So,
all right.
see how
Look
it comes
at him
together?
work that pole. Look at that. Okay.
All your ingredients, you ideally want them cold. If they're warm, then the butter gets mushy, and the scones won't be as tender. So at this point, see, I'm just going to work it a little bit more.
Okay.
Or you can
now,
put
what's that you're using? I like that.
This is a bowl scraper.
Okay.
It's like an extension of our hand. Every pastry chef has these. Plus, it scrapes your bowl nice and clean. So, put it here.
Is that some flour on the pan?
Yes.
What kind of? This is wax paper.
Yep.
Okay.
The parchment paper.
Parchment paper.
This. Pat it out.
That. Okay, a little more on top, because we don't want it to stick, of course.
I just don't want it to stick to my hands.
Okay.
And then here, you do this.
Alrighty.
Just cut it into some wedges.
Some wedges. Now, we were discussing this, because, you know, we talked about this. I've been to London, and I've had high tea, where they do tea and scones. And over there, some people, they do them, like you were saying, wedges, and others do it just kind of circular.
That's a good point. If you take this dough, you roll it out onto a floured board, you can cut little rounds, but then you're going to have scraps left over. The one thing I like about this method is I have no scraps to re-roll, because if you re-roll it, they're going to be a little tougher the second go round.
That's true. That's true. Oops. I just want to make sure I cut it all right. Now, is there a too small way to do it? Or no,
no, that's just fine.
Okay.
Just fine. You can make them bigger, smaller. Now we spread out.
Oh, no.
We'll reshape it.
Put them back together there.
Now, you can also keep it whole and bake it like a cake.
Okay. Now, we're going to have to wrap this up. So then what do we do next?
Very simply, we're going to brush it with milk.
Okay.
Okay. A little sugar.
Milk and sugar.
Blah, blah, blah. Put it in the
now,
oven.
some people get fancy with it. They add, you know, chocolate or raisins. When do we do that?
Chips right before you take it out of the bowl.
Okay.
You knead in. Actually, I brought some rum-soaked raisins.
Ooh,
you
love
put
that.
chocolate chips.
And they're going to turn out like this? You promise?
I promise.
This is beautiful. And how long do they go in the oven?
They're about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven, till they're nice and golden. The recipe should be on your website.
Yes, it will be.
Some of my homemade jam. So I've got the vanilla scones, the rum raisin scones.
Perfect.
And they're good to go.
Well, thank you so much, Chef Bennett from
me.
Classic Cake. This looks amazing. Okay, Bill and Karen, I am going to share. I will, but if you'd like the recipe, it is on our website, fox29.com. Back to you guys.